All right, so welcome back to another video. We are looking at the Zoom F3 along with the Deity TC-1 and the TCA-1 adapter from Zoom. Just want to show you how I have everything synced up via timecode. Again, I'm using my Deity TC-1, as you can see right here. Let me pan the camera over. This one here is the master. So we have, as you can see, labeled Zoom F3. It's running my time code, and we have this cool display screen, so we can take a look at it here. We have the lock symbol, we have the master, so that is what it's set on right now. We have the frames per second, which is 23.98, which is, if you round up, is 24 frames per second, but this is not a true 24 frames camera. I'm using the Lumix S9, and it's not one of those cameras that has a true 24 frames per second. So we select 23.98. Then we can select how we want our time code to run. We have the A here, and then we can do the L out, which is two different things. Probably say that for another video. We have the TC, which stands for time code, the Bluetooth, and the settings menu. So very simple device to use. We can sync everything via the app, which is pretty awesome as well. Now, again, so this right here, this is the master clock. So it's the Deity TC-1 is the master. I have it plugged in going into this TCA-1 adapter. Now, this is how I'm able to get hardwired timecode directly into the Zoom F3. So it's going from this box here, traveling down this cable, accepting the signal here, and the timecode is being pushed out to the Zoom F3. So the F3 would be, in this case, the follower. So as you can see here, again, we have the Deity TC-1 feeding down this cable here, going into this box here, and it's allowing the Zoom to recognize the time code coming from the Deity TC-1. So we have the master, and then you have the follower. And then if I wanted to add another camera, I can do that as well, and then sync everything through the app. So it's really an easy way to basically get time code up and running if you don't have the metadata from like an FX30 or an FX3 or some of those other professional cameras. This is a sure way to get that time code if you want to jump into time code. And this is typically the way you would set it up. So for example, in the Zoom F3, go ahead, pan my camera over here. You have the menu, and then you just do time code. And then you have your different modes here. So you could do click enter, and then you can see time code output. You have it on and off. You have the external continuous. So you have different settings in here. Let's go back, and then we can also jam it together. So if you do that, if you enter, it should sync up automatically like so. Sometimes it doesn't, so sometimes you have to manually jam. And basically, if you want to unplug it and keep it running, you can, but for the fact that you want perfect time code, you want to keep it plugged in if possible. So right now I'm just going to go back. Then you can change your frame rate. Then you have your user bits, which is pretty awesome too. I just kind of learned about the user bits. Say for example, if you wanted to have a certain day set, so maybe, you know, it's the 4th of July or something, and you want to register it's the, you know, the 4th of July, you could set the user bits for the date, because you got to remember the time code only keeps like the hours, frames, minutes, and seconds. But then you ask yourself, well, what about the date? How does it know what date it is? Well, that's where the user bits come in. So pretty awesome stuff there. And we have auto rec delay. I don't really use that. Then we have connect to, and then we have the firmware, and that's pretty much how this all works together. So really easy to use. I thought it would be like a learning curve for me. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but in actuality, it's a really good way to sync the audio with the video and not have everything be out of sync. So if you want, subscribe to my video. I'll be making a lot more about time code, as well as the Zoom F3, the Deity devices, and go over some of the menus and stuff like that. So just follow, subscribe for more, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and we are out.